give me the opportunity, I will make Carrollton one of the most prosperous cities in the nation. I guarantee it. Thanks so much.
It's your last seat because you arrived last, so.
Imagine Carrollton is the leading destination for restaurants and retail in the Metroplex. I also want you to imagine Carrollton that's safe all the time. I want you to imagine Carrollton known for its attractiveness and for its amenities. I want you to imagine Carrollton where your property values go up or your taxes don't. And finally, I want you to imagine Carrollton where road construction doesn't unnecessarily disrupt our citizens. I live in Shire, so that's my bold vision. I'm Kevin Faulconer. My wife and I have lived in Carrollton for almost 27 years. We raised our 3 daughters right in the Shires, and they are all graduates of CFB ISD schools. And I have an extensive experience in the city. I've been serving the city in various boards and commissions, city council since 1995, 2 terms on city council, mayor pro tem, and chaired planning and zoning for a long time. I love serving the city. I love Carrollton, and I hope that you'll join me in building a bright future for Carrollton.
Thank you, Kevin. Steve?
Well, good evening. My name is Steve Babick. I am on council now. I've been on council. My term ends in May. I was looking at the opportunity. I was looking at all the great things that are happening in Carrollton, which is ultimately why I decided to step up for mayor. I'm like you all. I live in an active neighborhood association. I actually have been working for 20 years as a volunteer in the community, starting with my neighborhood as block captain and crime watch, dealing with the same things you all are. I stepped up to treasurer and then to president. I served 2 terms on both of those. I implemented term limits to make sure I didn't get caught up in that. And my point is, from there I moved into boards and commissions. I served with HPAC. I think we have a rich history in Carrollton. I served on the Centennial Committee when we celebrated our 100-year anniversary. I served on a few others. If you've got my card too, you can see it. I won't go through all that. But the key thing here is about, I'm also very proud of Carrollton. I think we've got a lot of good things happening. Public safety, redevelopment, infrastructure, diversity, and economic development. Those are the 5 vehicles that will continue to make us shine for a bright future. Thank you.
Thank you. And I don't know if I told you guys, but this is a CFB ISD administrator, and she has a ruler show. Red means stop, but you guys are doing good. We're going to do 1-minute answers to questions from the audience, and I'll throw in a few. Anybody have a question?
So revenue growth, I keep hearing about retail growth. To me, that brings in a lot more traffic, and I'm not sure about some of the people that it brings in with it. What other kind of growth? Where can we get revenue? I mean, I see things like Cyrus One. Looks like it's a very successful business down in Frankfurt. How about bringing in businesses rather than retail? What kind of things can the city do what are the city doing to bring in businesses, not retail?
Who wants to tackle that one first?
Well, from what I understand, you want bigger businesses. You want maybe like a corporate headquarters style, big corporations come down here. Is that what you're asking?
Any type of business that'll pay taxes.
Well, I have a specific vision for the intersection of Josie and Trinity Mills. You guys know about the Winco project that's no longer in function? I want to bring a sporting goods store there. That's what we're missing from our local economy right now. By adding that, that's going to spruce up the whole shopping center going in that direction. And I know there's a lot of outdoor enthusiasts in our city. So why not, add that to our equation? Have people come into our city. They're good quality people. Like to shop for camping, fishing supplies. It'll boost our economy. We'll add some new jobs, and it's gonna make our city shine. And especially if we have, let's think like a Dick's Sporting Goods, where people, they have to drive to Frisco. That's the only location to have. We bring that over here. People coming to Carrollton for that. And a lot of people want to go to Sporting Goods. They're all patriots. I go down to Bass Pro Shop. These are people, hard-loving Americans who love this country like me. And if I grant that opportunity to the citizens, we'll make the city great. Thanks so much.
Steve, Kevin?
Okay. I'm a finance guy, business owner. I've served on boards of directors for businesses, public and private. To me, I think you're right on the mark. It is about attracting jobs into Carrollton. Growth comes with jobs. Rooftops and jobs create restaurants and retail, right? It's a function of one or the other. They have to have both. So in the last 3 years, we've expanded our investment into Carrollton 25%. Not just households, not just traffic-oriented stuff, but jobs included. AmerisourceBergen, which is a Fortune 10 pharmaceutical company, has just announced, we're having a groundbreaking later this month, that they're moving their corporate headquarters campus right off of Parker and Plano Park area. Okay, that's one. Interceramic has come back to Carrollton after a 10-year absence. Why? Because of the convenience factor. They brought their headquarters and showroom back to Carrollton. Train just moved their regional distribution into the Valwood district. So I think you're right on the mark. We've got to focus on bringing new growth and new activities to Carrollton. The chief responsibility of the mayor is to be the chief ambassador of the city. I'm here for you. Thank you.
You're absolutely right. One of the things that we don't realize in Carrollton is that we have a jewel that nobody realizes in our industrial district. We get a tremendous amount of taxes from that, and it's low service. So we want to continue to push for those. The other thing that we have to do, we need Class A office. That is one of the reasons why I'm a 27-year veteran of the retail and restaurant industry. I've developed thousands of restaurants, Chili's all the way through Maggiano's, Pizza Hut, KFC, Taco Bell. I understand how you bring those things to a city, but we need more daytime population to help with that. And Class A office is the way to do it. One of the things, and Steve is exactly right, we're working on the right things. Trinity Mills Station, which we live close by right there, is a prime area. We have two major highways, a train line, and one other highway within a mile right there, and we have 100 acres there that we can develop. We cannot compromise on that. That has to be a prime Class A development, so we want to focus on that, and I can do that.
Thank you, Kevin. Anybody have another question?
What happened to Maycap?
It's alive and well. It's moving forward. Watch for it later this year.
Well, from my understanding, the sign is gone, so if it's alive and well, why is the sign gone?
I can address that, but I'm not going to use time. So the sign's down because ultimately there's two parties that play at Winco. The property owner, which is Weitzman Group, they own the building, okay? And they actually had so many delays in terms of getting the infrastructure. They had to dig out all those piers, just like many of us have foundation problems. So do big buildings. They had to dig them all out, excavate it. They created two mountains for Carrollton. You see the mountains are gone, they're back where they belong, right? They're turning over the building, over the title, over to Winco, so Winco can begin building back, okay? So that's the short answer. Took a longer because of the foundation problems, but it's full steam ahead.
Folks, businesses are leaving Carrollton. That's supposed to be a super target, and it's kind of, they got chased out of town. I'll let you do the math here.
Oh, no, I know that, and so do the rest of them. And last time people were running for city council, the question is, where's our Target? Where's our Hobby Lobby?
Thank you. Thank you.
Where are they?
So
I want to answer that question as well. Go ahead. No, I don't have an answer.
So one of the reasons I came on to planning and zoning right after we turned down the super target there, because I was extremely upset about the way that was done. It was a very small faction of people that killed a project that would have been best for the entire city.
You're talking 20 years ago.
15 years ago.
All right.
Yeah.
Off by 5.
Yeah, that's right. And so we have to think strategically. We have to think long term. We have to think in terms of what things will be, not just, and is a mini storage here going to give us a few dollars now? Can we get a Class A office building? Can we get things that people need and want? And we have to be aggressive with those things and not get caught up in tiny, not in my backyard things that can cause that kind of stuff.
I think the last time you were running for city council, you promised to bring us Hobby Lobby back. And I haven't seen Hobby Lobby.
Yeah. I don't know that I promised Hobby Lobby specifically. We work great. Now, one thing I will tell you is because I work in the retail industry, right? Oftentimes those things happen outside of, they don't go to the city and say, hey, we're going to leave. That's what happened with the Target. They left without even consulting us, and we didn't get a chance to, I wasn't on at the time, to come back with any kind of incentives to help with that.
Because the city doesn't control rent. Sometimes the landlord will double the rent and the tenant.
What we have to do is create the right environment.
Folks, these are just excuses. I'll sum it up for you. These are all just excuses.
One more, Steve.
Yeah, I'll just comment. Everything you said is accurate. I mean, they leave for corporate reasons. But what we can do as a city is we can work with the property owners, the strip mall owners, to redevelop their centers, right? So if you look at Party City, if you've driven by that building, that specific area looks great, right? We just approved an incentive for the entire strip mall, right? So it, just like you saw a renaissance with H Mart and 99 Ranch and so forth, that strip center will also improve. Just like Winco is going to do for that strip center and many others that we have some success stories on. So we've got to do our part as a city, right, to encourage it, to promote growth and redevelopment. Redevelopment is going to be the key. If we have old-looking buildings, we're not going to get the investment into Carrollton. If we can shiny up the penny, we're going to get the investment.
question up front.
My 1 minute of silence has passed.
Okay, but she's timing you, so.
Yeah.
You got a minute this time.
I'm for the senior center, I'm for the seniors, I want to keep the tax base low for the senior center, never increase. And I'll be before you, whoever's elected, to continue this rhetoric about this, because
I don't think they weren't here before. Give them 30 seconds. We'll give you 30 some more seconds.
Okay.
About the club thing.
I have lived in the Dallas area since 1958, before some of you were born. I've lived in Louisville, I've lived in Farmers Branch, I've lived in Flower Mound, I've lived in Dallas. I don't want to move out of Carrollton. It's got the best senior center in the area, and I want to keep it that way to get more people to come there.
Use 32 seconds.
1, 2, 3, 4, I'm through.
Okay, thank you. But stay around afterwards and tell them directly about your problem with the club thing.
I'll do it.
Okay.
So my parents are both seniors. They're going to plan to use that senior center within the next couple of years. That's going to be a priority to keep that senior center well and taken care of. I definitely want to keep the tax base low on that. I'm going to add new businesses like the sporting goods store I mentioned. That's going to take a big base of our tax burden off the residents and the small businesses. It's going to help decrease the tax burden on the senior center. And man, my vision for Carrollton is so amazing. I can't put it into words right now. It's more than a dream, I can tell you that. Sir, I got your back 100%. Don't worry about it.
I think we have a question right
Well,
here. I'm sorry.
you weren't here, and so would you talk, someone asked a question earlier about how they're redeveloping some of the matching funds with some of the business owners.
Yeah, that was kind of like what we just talked about in the shopping centers, right? Where we're basically providing some city funding. It's typically a 10x. So if the city will put 10 cents on the dollar, if the developer will put $1 on the dollar, or 90 cents on the dollar, so to speak, right? So it's a 10x.
So you're encouraging the landlords to upgrade the center.
That's right. But on this one, let me just say that first off, the senior center is a wonderful amenity for the city, right? And we've got to continue to embrace it, right? We just launched an expansion of the senior center, right? It was part of the bond before I even got there, but we executed on that. We executed on that under my council, okay? We've reduced taxes. The council I'm on has reduced taxes for 3 years in a row, tax rate decreases, okay? So with that coupled with the 25% growth in terms of investment, property values inside of Carrollton, new property values coming to Carrollton, if you've got the growth of property values and you can hold flat expenses and control your expenses, not only will your tax rate drop, but your overall taxes due will drop as well. It's a mathematical formula. Right now, what we've had in prior years.
You're not answering the gentleman. They're not answering the gentleman's question.
Okay, give it a shot.
Okay.
Well, I didn't get a chance to answer.
I went right by you.
So first of all, yes, I was part of the council that pushed through getting the senior center expansion. Very excited to do that. I actually get to go to the senior center. I'm qualified, so
I've never seen you that.
yeah, but certainly want to do that. The club thing, need to figure out what that is, but I don't understand why we need it. So it's
They haven't heard about it, I'll tell them later.
yeah. So and then another question that I didn't respond to on the retail development. All of the centers that you see around town, I chair the redevelopment subcommittee for the city. Virtually all of those are ones that I pushed through, like Steve said, where we were able to leverage a small amount of money as seed money to do a massive amount of renovation on those centers. And if you look at the quality of the tenants that go in there afterwards, it's much better than what it is when you get it when it's in poor shape. That's why attractiveness, I'm an architect, that's something that is of major importance to me. It lifts the whole tide, lifts all boats.
Thank you, Kevin. In the back, right there, you.
Okay, this is a specific question. The Starbucks that's at the corner of Old Denton and Frankfurt right now is proposing or may have permission to move. They're gonna either take down the Shell or the other station on the corners, on the opposite corners, on the west corners, and turn Starbucks into a drive-through. And I've seen those Starbucks drive-through, and I'm afraid that's really their line might be going out into the street.
That's going to require a special use permit, right?
Yeah.
So you can appear and give your opinion.
Okay.
You'll get to
Right here.
I have a real quick question. I hear all of this proposal for new businesses. I've seen what's happened with H Mart, 99 Ranch, and all these good places. What's being done for the infrastructure that was put in the 50s? The sewers, the plumbing, nothing is being done. And that's eventually going to come around and bite us. Is there anything in the future that's going to prevent, in place that might actually, prevent any disasters down the road where you see, things where these huge sinkholes appear because of such things.
We're already getting bit by this from our water supply from the old pump, from the old plumbing going through. It's polluting our water supply. We had an issue with Country Place finding lead and beryllium in their slip basins. I definitely want to put a lot of emphasis on infrastructure because that's the visual approach. When people are coming into our city, that's how they're going to judge our city. We want people to come here. North Texas is a vibrant region. People will drive from other states to live here. Texas is the strongest state in the union. They wouldn't survive without us. So this is the option we're given. As soon as they come into our city, they're going to see dilapidated shopping centers. What I want to exactly do is cut spending. Right now, it costs about $210 million to run our city. I'm going to cut a little bit of that by about $4 to $5 million. I'm going to take some portion of that, invest it into the infrastructure in various shopping centers, make ourselves look nice. I'm going to increase the lighting in our city. If you notice the trend with the bright white lights versus the old yellow lights we have, Plano has this. Plano looks beautiful because of these bright white lights. You go to downtown Plano, it looks like you're in the city of the future. That's what Carrollton's going to be. We're going to overtake them.
We are.
Is that what it is? Is that what it's
Actually started
LED?
the
Yeah,
LED
that's the term for it. Is that what it's called?
Thank you, Phil. And Old Denton has it, right, Kevin?
We started with Midway. I had to fight against some other our council members to do that, but we got the LED project, and it's the standard now for all new street lighting.
You guys have something to say about capital or the infrastructure?
I think we both do, but go ahead, you can go first.
Okay. So it's a crucial part of our business, and so that we actually have an entire committee called CPAC that looks at all of that stuff. We rank everything from A to F, essentially. It's a number grade, so that we know what we need to do, and then when we look at the bond programs and what's coming up that we've talked about, that all gets filtered in so that we know exactly how we need to be approaching that spending. It is a major issue. This is not something we can stick our head in the sand on because it will continue to be a problem. We've got some great programs with Notice and some others where we come in and we aggressively redevelop that infrastructure in the neighborhood.
Like sidewalks, alleys, curbs, all of the water lines. We do it. We need to do it smart. We need to do water at the same time we're doing streets. We need to do landscape. All those things have to be done together. We need to do a much better job of managing those projects, which we have not done a good job.
So when they were doing Old Denton, did they do anything to?
Yeah, but when every time you come in now and you do a major street, if there's any underground infrastructure, it gets replaced.
But did they do that when they did Old Denton?
Yes.
Okay, Steve.
Yes. Okay, and so the reason I is in pride for infrastructure, okay? It's the number one thing we have to do. Our neighborhoods will go downhill, our shopping centers will go downhill, our streets will go downhill if you can't traverse our streets, right? And so it's not just the arterials, right? Old Denton's one thing, but you also have to go into the neighborhoods. So this council, actually, for the last 2 years,